And they were good with that. I was good with that. And so we started doing that. And then lo and behold, when I was back as a legend, which I never thought would happen, Triple H, who runs the wrestling end of it now, they got Ultimate Fighting and WWE. Dana White does the Ultimate Fighting. Triple H runs the WWE with a bean counter. There's another guy, the Money Man. And Triple H apparently was on a plane, and they had just re-signed to do Saturday night's main event again. What we did back in the 80s when we went on NBC. That was the breakthrough of pro wrestling. Because when we got on Saturday night's main event, this is back when there wasn't all the stations. We're on NBC on Saturday night, wrestling. That was just, we didn't think it could get any bigger than that. We're mainstream now. NBC. I remember we all gathered in a room in a hotel because it was pre-taped, and we're all going, holy crap, this is NBC. We're on NBC. Well, it blossomed from there, NBC and all that. Saturday night's main event. And to show you how big it was back in the 80s, we used to rotate every 3 weeks with Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live brought in Madonna, guest host, and this was when she was red hot in the 80s. She was the biggest female star in the world. Madonna's guest hosting Saturday Night Live. We came on a week later before WrestleMania 3 and blew her numbers out of the water. Do you know what we did for a share? We did a 34 share. That means 30 over one out of every 3 televisions in America was watching wrestling. 1 out of 3.
I was one of them.
Yeah, well, you know, that blew. So Saturday Night Live was huge. Now, getting back, Triple H, they had just signed me back, and they were going to do this Saturday Night Live because they've had a lot of people want throwback. They want to see the old days. So that's what this is going to be. Not that fancy runway they got now. They're going to come out through the crowd. We're coming out like the old days.
Yes.
And Triple's on the plane, and he turned to the guy, and he goes, oh, my God. He said, do you think Jesse would come back and do it? Could we bring him back? He was originally, it was him and Vince. Saturday night's main event. So they approached my son and I. They made I'll tell the story because it's funny. They made an initial offer. And my son's pretty savvy now because he was Sean Penn's assistant for 4 years. So he's well aware of that, of the entertainment world. And so he gets this offer from Triple H and the WWE. He waited 3 minutes, and he calls Triple back and said, Triple, he said, I can't even take this to my dad. And Triple goes, really? Why not? And my son goes, because that's the same money he was getting back in 1985. It's now 2024. Triple apologized. I'm so sorry. Well, they lowballed me. So they said, we'll come back again. So they came back with another offer. They more than tripled it. So we declined it until we got him to bump it one more. And then when we got him to bump it one more, we were all happy. And so I signed on back with them. And they brought me back. I'll never forget. It was last year. Back to the same building, Nassau Coliseum, where we did the very first one.
Wow.
And we went back into that same building again. And I got brought out to the fans. And I did everything I could to make them boo me.